seconds. They've got to, normally you jack the car up, of course, on the nose.
I say he was warming his tyres up.
Oh dear.
And lost it. Wow. Schumacher into the barrier, had the wobble and had the bang.
Yeah, we saw, as you said, we've seen other drivers do that. Wasn't it Alonso, 2010, remember? He did that, and
Massa's done it as well.
Massa's done it, yeah.
In fact, Alonso did it in an FP3.
Oh, that's a big one.
That is Mick Schumacher. And a big one. What happened? So through Massa into Casino Square. Oh, back end's just gone.
It's been unfortunate, but listen, just carried a bit too much speed. He'll definitely be apologising to the mechanics, given that he's not even got round the first sector and it's been in the wall.
Getting through to Q2. And that is what happened to Mick Schumacher. That's why he is out. Inspection on the gearbox as well. And that's a fairly hefty whack that the gearbox has taken at an angle too into the Armco. Lewis Hamilton was born, and it's about 40 miles away. This is Nikita Mazepin. Oh, tangled with his takes up there, but as you rightly said, ooh, long way before the corner. That was heading to the barriers.
P3, but yep, still a learning year for Mick.
And that is what happened to Mick Schumacher. With Sebastian Vettel, but the friendship gets tested when you do things like that. And eventually, Mick Schumacher spun around. That's Mick Schumacher ahead of him in the Haas. Ooh. And Alonso. Bottas.
He did, but was he hit
On ahead of Lewis Hamilton, but gave the place back because he wasn't gaining a lasting advantage doing that. This is Esteban Ocon who makes contact with a Haas, and then you see the AlphaTauri.
So he's side by side there. A little touch. Ooh. Gets a bit trigger happy with the throttle, and that's where the wing's gone. Bit of understeer, bit of oversteer. Has to correct the steering, and ends up in the side of the Alfa Romeo.
And that is Mick Schumacher into the barrier at the side. Martin did he go too slowly? That is how Mick Schumacher ended up into the barriers.
Yeah, it's very like Charles Leclerc, isn't it? And the back end stepped out on the way into 22. And I'm afraid you're straight into a cul-de-sac at that point, and you can see how well it absorbed it all.
Yeah.
What are we going to call that? Let's have another look at that. You can't see from there, obviously, but I think they might be calling. And this will be the contact, presumably. We were talking. That's why Mick Schumacher ended up down the field.
Just 1.1 seconds off Charles Leclerc, who sits in P1. Oh no, Mick! Oh, that's big. Oh, Mick, that's big. That's huge.
Here. Into 9, there's 10. Oh, I think it got slightly loose at the apex there. Then he got wide, and the right-hand tyres just go over the edge onto the top.
The right at 9, isn't it?
It just oversteers. So, okay, here we go. This is 9, and now it's on the edge. It's on the edge at 10, and there it's the oversteer that just puts him wide, and the car's already really loose. So he's a little bit on the edge through 9. Rear tyre temp's probably spiking slightly.
9 races.
And it's not.
There is Mick.
Which gap was that? I didn't see that. And that's it, I guess.
That is Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher has hit the barrier incredibly hard again, by the looks of it. Yeah, this is sort of more, it's the way the car breaks away here. So it's a very sudden breakaway, isn't it?
It's also quite early as well, because it's just on the exit of the right. It's not as if it's in the transition between the two parts of it.
Trying to repair the barrier. Let's have a look at this angle, guys. Oh, that's where you see the actual impact and how hefty it was.
Have a Haas of Mick Schumacher stopped and off at turn 7.
This is going to be that river that I was mentioning earlier on, through turn 7, now accelerating on 8, just minding his own business, tyre temperature's dropped, and that is the last thing Mick needed for his future.
Mick Schumacher, what happens?
Schumacher just going to, it's just sloppy from Mick, really.
Exit of this corner, so you don't really want to fire in a lunge and be slow off it. Then he's just gone in a bit deep and just can't slow it up.
Man, a synchronized spinning there from two guys in potentially their last Grand Prix. Certainly